Hello, welcome back. In today's lesson, we'll be looking at solving simple linear inequalities, and we'll be using the same principle for solving linear equations. So using the balancing method, let's look at these three questions. The first one, to solve for the value of t, we start by subtracting 10 from both sides. So when that happens, 10 minus 10 is 0, so you have only 40 on the left hand side. It's less than or equal to negative 8. Then we divide both sides by 4, and therefore we can now cross out these 4's, and we end up having, because negative 8 divided by 4 is negative 2. You can put it back into the equation to double check, and you realize that any number less than negative 2 or equals negative 2 will satisfy this inequality. The second one, we can't divide 28 by 5, so let's expand the bracket first. So we have 20 minus 10a is more than 28. Then we want to work out for a, so we need to get rid of positive 20, so we subtract 20 from both sides. When that happens, be careful, it's only negative 10a on the left hand side. So negative 10a is bigger than 8, because 28 minus 20 is 8. Then to get rid of negative 10, which is multiplying a, inverse of multiply by negative 10 is to divide by negative 10. So we divide both sides by negative 10. And what you need to remember is that in inequality, there is a rule. Whenever you multiply or divide through by a negative number, the sign will have to switch or change. So when we divide the final answer, we need to change the sign. So we cross this out, and when that happens, the sign now changes to a less than, because we're dividing through by negative 10. So the answer is a is less than negative 8 over 10. So note this, when you multiply through or divide through by a negative number, the sign always switches around. Now the last question, we need to start by regrouping the a's. There are 3 a's on the left hand side, so we want to push all the a's on the left hand side. So we do that by adding a to both sides, and when that happens, we can cross off this side, and we have only 4a plus 9 is less than 8. We solve by subtracting 9 from both sides, and we have 4a is equal to, is less than negative 8. 4a is less than negative 8. Divide through by negative 4, and cross off the 4, and cross off this 4 as well. So a is less than negative 1 over 4, and a is less than negative 0.25. Remember, it's inequality, so you have to use the same symbol, not equal sign. So a is less than negative 1/4, or it's less than negative 0.25. So on next slide, we'll be talking to you about how to solve implicit compound inequality.